What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your market expert here in Charlotte. Hope you all are doing well and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be talking about the 6 things you didn't know about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. Do me one favor, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and feel free to leave me a comment down below commenting on some of the stuff that we go over in this video. And as always, if there's any questions or anything I can answer for you in regards to Charlotte, some of the surrounding areas, the suburbs, neighborhoods, or anything like that, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. All my contact information is linked right down below. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the first thing that you might not have known about living in Charlotte, North Carolina. So our population growth over the last 10 years is more than double the national average. So I always talk about this. Charlotte is one of those places that has been growing by population and just getting built up like crazy in these last 10 to 15 years. And ever since 2020, people have been moving all over the country and things like that. But what a lot of people don't realize, Charlotte's been booming like this for the last 10 years, and we are not slowing down anytime soon. If anything, 2020 just grabbed those people that were thinking about coming here in the next 2, 3, 4 years and made them move a lot sooner than they were actually planning on moving. Now, while we're on the same subject of population and growth, projected growth between now and 2050 is that Mecklenburg County will grow by 50%. So most of you are watching do not live in North Carolina. Mecklenburg County is the county that Charlotte is housed in, and we have a bunch of other surrounding counties. But Charlotte is the most highly dense populated area with the least amount of land to be built on. I talk about this in a lot of my other videos. So, we're seeing that all this growth is going to be happening in Charlotte, in Mecklenburg County, yet there's not a ton of land that can be developed, and there's just not a ton of room, and it's already extremely dense. So what we're going to be seeing is Uptown is going to be building rapidly, a lot more skyscrapers, a lot more apartments, a lot more condos, townhomes, and things of that nature. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because I have some other news coming that just recently broke here in Charlotte that is going to help with this situation, that what's going to help with all the population moving here and it being highly dense, which is good news as well. But I also want to mention there's a ton of people that I've worked with that are catching on with this information. So a lot of people that I work with and families that want to be on the outskirts of Charlotte, maybe some people want to be a lot further away, maybe 40 minutes away from Charlotte. They said, Sasha, we know that Charlotte is growing rapidly and we don't see it slowing down, so we're planning for the future. We want to live X amount of minutes away from Uptown, because eventually in 10 years, in 15, in 20 years, that stuff is going to catch up with us and there's going to be communities surrounding us. So a lot of people are already projecting this growth and putting it into their decision making as of right now, which is something that you might want to do if you don't like the way the population growth is going. All right, now moving on to the third thing, which most likely you would have guessed, but most of the people moving to Charlotte are from the Northeast. Now, I say this a bunch of times. There's a bunch of people that I've worked with from New York, New Jersey, Chicago, DC, Maryland, and I work with people from Florida and California, and obviously there's a bunch of other places like Oregon sprinkled in there, Texas, etc., etc. But a ton of the people that are moving here are from up north, northeast, and it's honestly, I could see why. I moved here from the Northeast. I moved here from Ohio. In my opinion, it's not comparable to Charlotte whatsoever. I never see myself going back to Ohio, and that's a good thing. So with that being said, if you are from the Northeast, if you decide to move down to Charlotte, you will meet a lot of people that are from the same city you are. All right, so keeping on that same track of people moving here, most of the people that are moving here are moving to Charlotte, which is in Mecklenburg County, Union County, which is just outside of Charlotte, and then York County, which is in South Carolina. For those of you that don't know, Charlotte is located right on the border of South Carolina. For me personally, it's about a 20-minute drive, and I go back and forth all the time. And another fun fact about York County in South Carolina, it's expected to double by the year 2050. So think about what I just said. York County is expected to double by 2050. As I mentioned in the first point, as Charlotte has no more room, we have a bunch of room to expand, but we're getting highly dense. So they're going to expand because we're so close to South Carolina, and Uptown is so close to South Carolina. We have a bunch of people that live in South Carolina and work in North Carolina. People that live in North Carolina work in South Carolina. So that is where the growth is happening. Charlotte is expanding and we're going into South Carolina. So that's where you see York County doubling by 2050. So I don't know, it might be a good idea to get in York County now while prices are still low, because I can't imagine all that population going there and them staying low. Not sure if you're keeping track, but this is number 5. The people that are moving here, the median age is 38 years old. So Charlotte has a ton of young professionals that are moving here, and I'll tell you exactly what's bringing them here. Number 1 is going to be lifestyle. Number 2 is going to be the weather. Number 3 is going to be geography, where Charlotte is located. You are an hour and a half to the mountains. You're 2 hours away from the beach. You have all 4 seasons. And then let's talk about cost of living. We are still under the national average for cost of living. So you can say you get a lot of bang for your buck here in Charlotte when compared to other major cities. If you're moving here from Mississippi, your cost of living is going up, not down. But for the people and the places that I mentioned in this video, New York, New Jersey, Florida, California, Chicago, the people moving from other major cities come here and they have a lower cost of living. And we have a ton of millennials coming here, which I hate saying it because I feel like millennials get a bad rap, even though I don't fall into any of that stuff. But it's just a very vibrant city, a very young city, and it's just a good mixture of all people from all ages, all walks of life, and it's just a melting pot. All right, now last but not least, you've probably heard me say this before, but Charlotte is the 9th fastest growing city in the US, and this is me kind of being modest. I made other videos, so it just depends on what you're ranking and where it comes in. I've seen Charlotte come in the top 15, top 5, top 10, so I figured I'd split it down the middle and just call it we're the 9th fastest growing city in the United States. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Call, text, or email me anytime. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.